there is something that the new current rebooted DCU is way better at than the previous DCEU, and that something is how consistent the continuity is so far inside this universe. Because when we look at the couple of projects that the DCU has in store for us and had in store for us, we can actually look at the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, Creature Commandos, Superman that's coming out this year, Peacemaker Season 2 that's coming out this year, Lanterns that's coming out next year, and Supergirl, the movie that's coming out next year. We are seeing a lot of returning characters reprising the roles inside these movies and these TV shows, man. And an example that we can see dates all the way back to the Suicide Squad movie, because remember, in that movie, Peacemaker killed Rick Flag Jr. So now when we were actually watching and witnessing the Peacemaker TV series unfold, we saw how Peacemaker was dealing with the after effects of killing Rick Flag Jr. because remember, he was an entire wreck because he killed Rick Flag Jr. and also because Peacemaker, he lived a horrible life. And remember also, Peacemaker's dad is a disgusting white supremacist. But when we still focus on the Rick Flag family, we now see Rick Flag Sr. He appears in Creature Commandos, and Rick Flag Sr., we actually still see some little Easter eggs and some little hints that Rick Flag Sr. has not forgotten that his son Rick Flag Jr. died recently. And to still harp on the fact that the DCU's current continuity is so strong and so developed is because we saw Johnny Economos, Harcourt, Amanda Waller, King Shark, and Weasel all reprise their roles in Creature Commandos. So it just shows that James Gunn, he really cares about continuity, and he really cares about previous events meaning something. And now when we look at the Superman movie, we see that Rick Flag Sr., he is reprising his role in that movie, and we also see a lot of other characters are inside this movie as well that will be featured in future projects in the DCU, like Guy Gardner's Green Lantern and Hawkgirl and Maxwell Lord. So we're seeing all three characters. They are also reprising their role in Peacemaker Season 2, because in the trailer we will soon see these characters. But before I talk about the trailer, I have to still talk about Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, because remember, the continuity doesn't stop, because the continuity will always flow inside the DCU. That's what James Gunn emphasized in his pitch meeting for the DCU. He wants the continuity to be very good. He wants a continuity to make sense, and he wants a lot of events that happened in previous installments inside this franchise to actually mean something and to not be forgotten about. Because when we're still talking about Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, we're going to see him appear in the Lantern series that will be happening next year, and I can't wait for that Lantern series, man, because that's the first time we're going to be seeing the Green Lanterns finally getting some mainstream love after the disastrous 2011 Green Lantern movie. So now I'm talking about the continuity. I'm not even done, because when we actually talk about the Supergirl movie, we're going to be seeing a lot of people that will be reprising their roles. Most likely Superman will be reprising his role. Crypto is already confirmed to be reprising his role as a dog in the Supergirl movie. And remember, the actress that's playing Supergirl, she will also be seen in the Superman movie as well. So we're seeing this universe already as being so connected. This universe feels lively. This universe feels like people know each other, that people, they remember events that happened previously. People will still remember what happened in the previous movies, and a lot of moments will not be forgotten. But now that's enough talking and yapping about the continuity for the DCU. Let's talk about the trailer for Peacemaker. And the trailer for Peacemaker, it really actually helps my argument about the continuity of the DCU being so good so far, because we see in the first couple of seconds in the trailer, Peacemaker, he is trying to submit an application to join the Justice Gang of the DCU. And remember, the Justice Gang, in my honest opinion, I think they're basing this Justice Gang off of the Justice League International. So I hope that this Justice Gang converts to the Justice League International later in the DCU, because we really need to see Guy Gardner getting his face punched in by Batman, and we need to see Martian Manhunter, Black Canary, and a lot of the other teammates from the Justice League International to react to that scene, man. The streets need that. But when we're still talking about Guy Gardner, we see that Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl and Maxwell Lord, they are not really caring about Peacemaker's audition. They purposely turn on the mic so that Peacemaker can hear what they're saying, but they're basically acting as if they don't hear what Peacemaker is saying, and they're just talking trash about Peacemaker. They're diminishing a lot of what he accomplished. They're treating Peacemaker as if he's a scrub, and it's funny to see how Peacemaker, he heard every single thing that they said, and he even heard when Hawkgirl was talking about how the popcorn was making her butt look big. So now this is going to be a big theme in Peacemaker season 2, because they actually saved the world. Remember, in the ending of Peacemaker season 1, the entire team of Peacemaker, Harcourt, and Adebayo, they all saved the world, but it seems that they cannot reap the benefits of being a real hero, of being a hero that saved the world at a time of a crisis, man. So we're going to see how the world is going to react to Peacemaker, and how the world is still not gonna treat Peacemaker as a serious hero, man. So now the trailer is basically just showing us some action scenes with Hardcore. It's just showing us how the team is being affected, but the main thing I'm trying to talk about in terms of the continuity is how we're seeing Rick Flag Sr. He is reprising his role in this new season, because remember, Rick Flag Jr. was killed by Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad. So now we're seeing that Rick Flag Sr., he is sending Argus to capture Peacemaker. He wants Peacemaker to himself. So we're going to see the confrontation with Peacemaker and with Rick Flag Sr. in this season, man. But the main thing that is really causing everyone to be excited is the multiverse type of scenario that we saw at the end of the trailer. And we see that when Peacemaker, he goes inside his door that is inside the pocket dimension that harbors all of his suits and his weapons and his resources, he goes inside a door, and when he walks inside the door, he looks at a room, but there is someone else inside that room as well, and that someone else seems to be a multiversal variant of Peacemaker, and he basically asks this Peacemaker, who the fuck are you? So my guess is, what if, in order to explain the convoluted ending that we saw in the Peacemaker season 1 ending, when we saw the Justice League from the DCEU appear, what if this Peacemaker from this different universe, he kills our Peacemaker, and now he is the new Peacemaker of the DCU? It might be a little convoluted, but we're gonna have to see how they explain this, and I'm really excited to see this, man. And wow, this season so far, it's looking pretty good, man, because if you watch Peacemaker season 1, you know that this show is not going to disappoint. But that's the end of the video, man. I just wanted to talk about Peacemaker season 2's trailer, and I also wanted to talk about how the continuity so far in the DCU is so strong, because we're seeing a lot of characters, they are continuing to appear in future projects, and that's what I like to see, man. I want to see a world of the DCU to be really fleshed out, and this world really needs to feel like people are living inside this world, and people will remember important events and important days that happened in the previous installments, man. That's the end of the video. I'm out. Peace.